Hello everyone, I'm back with another video, and in today's video we have an Acer laptop. This is an Acer Aspire 3. The exact model is an A315-59. And in this video I'm going to go over how you can open it up and how you can add storage or upgrade the main storage, and what are the combination and maximum limit that you can have in here. I see so many people, they say that they have called Acer support line or they checked on the specification and they told them that maximum they can go is 500 gig, 1 terabyte, some bogus number, and that's not true. We do this upgrade on daily basis for our clients with no problem. We do install Windows on them and do benchmarking, and they all work fine. So just remember, by replacing your main storage that it comes in here, if you want to upgrade the main storage to higher capacity, then you have to back up your files, because then you have to install Windows freshly installed. It's recommended. Do not clone the Windows. You don't get you lose performance when you cloning. You do get some blue screen of death, crashes here and there. Cloning is not ever the best choice. I'll recommend you to, it's faster to install Windows freshly installed off the USB drive. I'll make a video how to create your Windows USB boot drive. It's free, and how to properly install it on your laptop. Follow those links if you need to know how to install Windows. Okay, so in this video for demonstration, I'm just gonna show you guys how to open it up and how to get those upgrades done. Alright, first thing first, back up your files, power down the laptop completely. We're gonna grab ourselves the screwdriver set. I'll be using an iFix screwdriver set kit, and from this tool set we are gonna be using Phillips number 1. If you get the Pro set, they will include you with an opening tool, some tweezers. If not, grab yourself a guitar pick. And metallic guitar picks are really suitable to opening cases and covers. Right, with these two on hand, we're gonna get it started. First thing first, we're gonna start removing all the screws on the bottom cover. All the screws are the same size and height, so don't worry about mismatching them. Just remove all of them and keep them in a single pile. Also, if you guys like my videos, if you find my videos helpful and helping you guys out, you can support the channel by clicking the like and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. It helps and motivates me to make more videos, take requests, and answer your questions in the comment area. Appreciate that. Alright, now that we removed all the screws, we're going to remove the bottom cover. We're going to use the opening tool, and we're going to start from the front end. From the corner, we're going to stick the opening tool right in there, and we're going to just twist it. We're going to hear those big click sounds. I'm sticking about 2 or 3 millimeters. I'm not sticking the whole thing inside. And then work yourself all around in the front. While I'm putting my finger in this way it doesn't close down, going to the back, to the side, to the back corner, and I already have this corner up with my finger. I'm creating a little tension, and what I created here, just stick it in between there. It just popped open. It's not breaking anything, just popping open, and go all the way back to the other side. And then just with a little wiggle, and it will come out. And there we have the inside of the laptop. Right away, I can see that this one is not adaptable with 3.5 inch drives. The 3.5 inch drives are like this. On some other models, they do have a screw holes in here. They have a little caddy, a bracket that holds the hard drive in place in here. It comes with a little adapter, and the adapter has to be connected to this jack right in here, which in this case is not even soldered on the board. So there's no way you can have a 2.5 inch on this laptop. In some models, they do have the jack, but if you even put the jack, the components for those jacks are not installed. So there's no power directing to this component. So in this version, you cannot have a 2.5 inch of mechanical or solid state drive. But they do give you a Gen 4 NVMe, 2 Gen 4 NVMe's. That's very nice and very neat. So you have the main one. This is a SK Hynix brand, which is a how many gig is this one? I can see 256 gig. So they give you with a 256 gig. You can upgrade this one to a 4 terabyte, and you can have additional 4 terabyte on this side. So you can have 2 4 terabytes with no problem. So you can grab any drives that you want. I'll recommend you the 980 or 990 Pro if you want to go over 2 terabyte. You can go with a different brands, whichever brand you feel like comfortable purchasing. But you can put a Gen 3 in here. It will work as a Gen 3 specification. But if you put a Gen 4, it will push the NVMe to its maximum speed, potential speed. So I really highly recommend the 980 Pros or 990 Pros. I'll leave the link in the video description if you just want to purchase yours. And now to remove them, all you need to do, nicely they give you a screw for each one of them. You need to remove this tiny screw and the SSD will pop out in 45-degree angle. To remove it, all you want to do, you want to grab it and slide it backward in the same 45-degree angle. Oh, I made a mistake. They give you a Gen 3 and Gen 4. So they are not Gen 3. So I don't know why they put a Gen, this one is a Gen 3 actually. So they give you a Gen 3 SSD and they install on a Gen 3 slot. That's okay because this is a Gen 3. But I recommend you guys buy a Gen 4 SSD, put it in here and install the system on a Gen 4 SSD and keep this one as a secondary storage or upgrade this one to another storage and put it in here as a secondary. So once you have the new SSD in here, they all look the same. Let me see if I have another one over here. Let's say, for example, there's another one over here. You can just grab it, make sure the notch on the SSD matches the notch right in there. Bring it down in 45-degree angle, slide it right in there, and bring it down and put the screw right over. If you want to put the second SSD, same thing. First remove the screws, slide them in, make sure it clicks nicely inside, and when you bring it down, the screw hole has to match, and then screw it down. You cannot put any SSD with a heatsink, but the heatsink tolerance is not high enough. It will touch the bottom cover and it will push the SSD and it will break them. You could grab an aluminum sheet heatsink that they do sell them, but honestly is not necessary. So there is the one. If you want to remove it, again remove the single screws. You do not need to disconnect the battery to do this upgrade. Absolutely not necessary to disconnect the battery to do this. Pull it out, put the original one back in, bring it down. It's absolutely not necessary. I've seen so many cases, even my clients or people on their YouTube channels, and they've watched the video and they just want to disconnect it. And if you want to disconnect, you want to put your fingers on the side of this jack and you want to pull it backward evenly and it will disconnect. To put it back in, you want to evenly put it in. So many cases, people try to put it back in and they put it back in a little sideways and the pins are shortened to each other and it will create a short on the board, and then you have to take it to a repair shop to get it repaired. So try not to disconnect the battery if you want to upgrade the SSD or RAM. So that's advisable. Unless you think you're going to drop the screw from here all the way over here, then sure, if you're going to be like that, then maybe you shouldn't even open the cover. But if you're working over here, nothing's going to happen. You can touch the board with no problem. All right. Once you've done the upgrade that you need, or if you want to touch the main SSD, just add an extra storage in here. Keep it like that. That's totally fine. Put the bottom cover right over. Push down the corners, the back, the side. Make sure you do those nice big click sounds. And to finish it off is to put the bottom screws. Again, I hope you guys like this video and help you guys out to do your own upgrade for your Acer Aspire 3. If you have any question or requests, feel free to leave them in a video comment or try to answer them as soon as I can. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Just gonna finish up putting up the bottom screws.